The WNBA, this has to be the most pathetic professional organization I have ever come across. This has to be the most unprofessional organization I have ever come across. This league would definitely not succeed without Adam Silver saying, here's more money, here's more money, here's more money, here's more money. Without David Stern saying, here's more money, here's more money, here's more money, here's more money. This league would be gone. And that's what happens when you don't need to think logically, when you don't need to think like a business, when you can continue to put activism at the forefront because daddy's going to continue to pay your bills. You're allowed to get off the rails. You're allowed to say whatever outlandish stuff you want.
The WNBA just handed down a decision to Caitlin Clark, and the Indiana Fever that was so baffling. Even Angel Reese had to do a double take, and she's rarely caught off guard. Was this a glimpse into the league's real priorities, or are we simply watching a masterclass in how to frustrate fans in record time? Either way, it was dramatic, unpredictable, and unintentionally entertaining. Honestly, if you're not tuning in for the basketball, the plot twists alone are worth it.
It is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. And the fact is that originally it's, oh yeah, we're looking towards everything. Then they had to double down. They actually redacted this statement. They redacted a statement. They redacted the statement saying we're looking at everything, saying no, we're actually not looking at most of the stuff. We're looking at a lie spread on social media that went viral. We are looking into a literal lie spread on social media that got spoken into fact.
Let's talk about the beautifully chaotic world of the WNBA, a league where passion gets penalized. Intensity is mistaken for bad behavior, and rivalries are treated like PR nightmares. It's like watching your favorite sport filtered through corporate buzzwords, HR policy slides, and an inspirational quote wall. Welcome to the show. In one corner, you've got Caitlin Clark, elite basketball mind, flawless execution, and a human highlight reel. In the other, Angel Reese, bringing big energy, fierce attitude, and enough on-court theatrics to headline a primetime special. If you're backing Caitlin Clark, show your support with I Stand With CC in the comments. Let's go.
Okay, so I didn't hear anything outside of the run-of-the-mill booing. But the WNBA seems content to follow through with this ridiculous investigation. Who is the WNBA going to let control their pocket strings, their pocketbooks? Because it seems to me like the new fans are the ones that's funding this whole league now.
Here's the situation. Caitlin Clark makes a sharp, clean, and strategic move. The kind of high-level play you'd expect in any serious basketball league. It's intense, no doubt, but well within the bounds of competitive play. But this is the WNBA, where high energy sometimes seems to cross an invisible line. Suddenly, the focus isn't on the play itself, but on the reaction it triggered. Not because it was reckless, but because someone took it personally.
We make up about 70% of the fans overall. Otherwise, yesterday's game would have been watched by about 400,000 people, maybe. It probably got watched by what? Upwards of 2 million? I mean, does the WNBA want to lose Caitlin Clark fans?
Fans yell and fans scream and fans try to do anything they can to diminish their opponent's ability to make a bucket. And I think that it's very hard to really understand or really interpret this sound that way. At least for me it is. And I'm really, really, really hoping that the WNBA did not just announce an official investigation based on internet hearsay.
Angel reacts like someone just scratched her brand new car, frustrated and fired up. And Clark? She walks away cool and composed, like nothing happened, pure confidence. But guess who ended up in the headlines? Not Angel for stirring things up. No, the spotlight turned to, believe it or not, the Indiana Fever fans, as the league decided to take action against them instead.
I don't know why I'm so angry about this. Is because how many kids are there in that audience? How many kids are there? And I'm sorry. I'm cool with idiots online branding me as whatever they want to. But when it comes to innocent kids who just want to watch their favorite team, favorite players play basketball, and thankfully they're going to be oblivious to this. But I'm sorry, you're branding kids as dangerous. You are branding kids who are just enjoying their game, who are having the time of their lives watching this league is dangerous. This league does not want to grow. This Players Association do not want to grow.
Yes, the fans. Those outrageous rebels who dared to boo after their favorite player was clearly targeted. How dare they care? Apparently, in the WNBA's world, showing loyalty is now considered bad behavior. The league is turning genuine passion into a problem and every emotional reaction into a headline. It's as if they want each game to feel like a quiet seminar. No excitement, no rivalries, just calm applause and deep breathing.
People are writing emails because they're so emotionally unhinged. They're so emotionally unhinged. They've never been checked a day in their life. Their parents allow them to act like fools. With no repercussion, with no consequence. Always being acquiesced to every little complaint, to every little need, to every little this, to every little that. They're writing emails to get the Indiana Fever.
This could have been the WNBA's moment. Caitlyn versus Angel was the perfect storyline, something people actually cared about. But instead of embracing the rivalry like other major leagues, the WNBA chose to downplay it. Now, Caitlyn Clark has become a symbol, seen by some as the future of the game, and by others as a problem just for being great. If you recognize her talent, great. If not, maybe you're just not ready for it. And if you speak up for her, don't be surprised if you're ignored or criticized in a league where strong opinions aren't always welcome.
Hours ago, we had a situation that shook the earth. That is Caitlyn Clark putting a flagrant foul on Angel Reese, and that foul arguably was probably one of the most transcendent moments in Caitlyn Clark's career. To me, that moment there showed the world that Caitlyn Clark wasn't backing down for nothing, and she wasn't scared to get in the mix when it comes to protecting her teammates and stopping somebody from making the basket. Well, many other Angel Reese fans have rage war against Caitlyn Clark fan base by saying racial slurs online, and me personally, I'm staying out of the racial stuff as of right now. But for them to sit up there and lie and say that Angel Reese again called racist names during the game, I had somebody from my team sitting right behind Chicago Sky bench. Wasn't nobody sitting.
Let's not forget how this started. There was a basketball game. Clark made a strong, competitive play. Reese reacted like it was personal. Clark walked away with more composure than the league's entire PR team, and the WNBA's response: punish the fans. Because when in doubt, blame the ones who still care. You almost have to admire the consistency. The league bends over backward to avoid addressing Angel Reese or Kathy Engelbert's selective silence. Reese's outbursts? Just emotion. Her dramatic post-game behavior? She's passionate. But if a few fans boo too loudly, suddenly it's a crisis requiring rulebooks and reprimands.
7 of their players have been called racial slurs for an entire day, but they're on the Indiana Fever. They don't care about those players. It's only certain players. The WNBA players, they don't want Caitlyn Clark, and it's very clear. The WNBPA releasing a statement is the most embarrassing thing I've seen, because you know what? When it comes to the Fever players, it doesn't count. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. WNBPA said something. And you know what? Their stance is clear. There's no place for hate unless it's towards Caitlyn Clark or her teammates. Then it's fair game. They have made that point abundantly clear.
This league treats competitiveness like it's a problem, like rivalries somehow clash with their carefully curated image of harmony. As if every game should end with players walking off hand in hand, trading compliments and smoothie recipes. But let's be real, fans don't show up for group hugs. They come for intensity, for drama, for players who compete with fire. Clark versus Reese offers all of that, and more. So what does the league do? It stifles the emotion, downplays the rivalry, tries to sanitize one of the most compelling matchups it's had in years. It's like being handed a blockbuster script and choosing to air the Weather Channel instead. Instead of sidelining Caitlyn Clark, the league should be spotlighting her for reigniting interest, for raising the bar, and for proving that real competition still matters.
Lost sight of reality. They lost sight of what real sports is about. The fans at the Indiana Fever game yesterday, they were being fans. They booed, they cheered, they screamed, they yelled. That's it. The Angel Reese fans, the old guard, the lowest common denominator that resides in the WNBA, the nose picker, the people that scratch their butt and don't watch their hands, those people saw that Caitlin Clark hard foul on Angel Reese, and they saw it as an opportunity. They saw it as an opportunity to do what they always do. Make it about